We couldn't be more appreciative to have you guys in our programs and helping us out as those volunteer coaches. So awesome. So that's a little bit of background about us here up at the office. Kind of jumping right into the season here. So we are this spring season here, it's going to be a 6-week season. That's going to be beginning this weekend on April 5th and 6th. We're going to run all the way through May 17th and 18th. Again, weekends only. There's no commitment for anybody during the week. I'm always available during the week. Lewis is always available during the week. You guys have any questions or any concerns, I'm sure I've corresponded with a number of you through my office phone. Please always feel free to give us a text or call to that phone. If I don't get to it that day, I'll get back to you as soon as I'm back in the office. Or you can just use an email at the league office. Like Lewis had said, Brandon, our other manager, is always on there to also respond. I'm always on there. And so whatever you guys' questions are, we truly are here to support you. But back to the season, it's a 6-week season. We'll be playing we will not be playing, on the weekend of Easter. So that's kind of everybody's spring break. I believe that's April 19th and 20th. Hopefully I didn't get my dates confused there. When it comes to the spring season, obviously we know weather is always a concern, especially looking at the forecast this weekend. It's super, super important for you guys to know that we do not cancel on a forecast. We will actually be out there at the venues, at the fields. Lewis particularly will be out there at 4 a.m. out at the fields, ensuring the quality of the program, ensuring the fields are capable of be playing on. So even if it's, it's sort of whatever the forecast may be, please, just hold off until we give you guys the coaches line, which Lewis just put in there. We'll monitor it all throughout the day. Like I said, we're not making the calls from our office. We're actually physically out on the fields, at the venues, ensuring that we can run the program. If we do end up having to cancel due to any weather, whether it's, storms or whatever crazy weather Northern Virginia throws at us, hopefully no more snow. I'm not a big fan. I'm actually from Georgia, so snow and I don't get along particularly well. But we will send you guys an email and a text, and then you can always call our weather hotlines. Those are updated as soon as possible. We try to make those calls before anybody even wakes up for the day. As you see, there's 2 different hotlines. I recommend you guys take a note of that, take a screenshot, write it down. That Fairfax weather hotline, that Loudoun weather hotline, they are independent. So if you call maybe Fairfax or Loudoun, if you're in Fairfax, you call the Loudoun, it might be incorrect information. So please make sure you get those wet hotlines down to the correct number.
Awesome. I just want to jump in here, Reese, real quick, because obviously, I have a lot to do with our weather stuff. Coaches, if you have any questions, your team's messaging you, right? I know some of our coaches will jump in. They'll send a message to the team. Then the team will be coordinating, asking you all questions like, hey, are we playing this weekend? Are we not? You can always push back to this. You will get more information this week. So this is a big week for everybody. I know some of you are probably anxious, just getting ready for the season, right? It's like the first day of school. I always get nervous. This is like my 12th season, 15th season doing this. Every season, I always get those opening day nerves and jitters. But we are going to be providing everybody with some more information later this week. You'll get an email tomorrow. Parents, everybody's getting an email about just some housekeeping items for venue specifics, venue maps, hotline number again for your specific hotlines. You'll get that tomorrow. And then Thursday, we'll send out some more information about the weather policy specifically. It'll be a dedicated email in preparation of, obviously, as some of you probably checked the weather forecast. This weekend's looking a little wet, possibly with some rain, but knock on wood, it's going to hold off and we'll be able to get through opening day and have a really fun time for our outdoor programs. But yeah, we don't cancel on policy or forecasts. That's our policy. We don't cancel on the forecast. But I am constantly in communication. We are renters of all of our venues. So that's another thing. As coaches, you might not know that we don't own any of the venues that we play at. We do rent. We have partnerships with all the local schools that we play at or any of the parks and stuff. So we want to be good stewards of their facility as well. So we do try to go out there. I'm usually out there 4 a.m., 5 a.m., checking field saturation levels and monitoring weather.com and all that good stuff for all different sorts of forecast stuff. So always check your weather hotline before heading to the field. If you have any questions about the weather, I always update that first. I always have my laptop on me and able to do that. So just want to jump in there, Reese, with that. So you're good to keep going.
Awesome. So kind of moving over to I9 sports in general. For those who are new, some of our returning coaches, I'm sure you guys have had the opportunity to experience this, but the I9 sports experience, right? We harp on this big with our staff. It's really from the minute that anybody walks into a venue, into a field, what is the experience they're getting? It's what they're seeing, what they're being involved in. From the kids' jerseys to the coaches' shirts to our table, our setup. It's something that we want to promote to the highest quality. I9 we separate ourselves in a couple of different ways. The first one is, we're a fun, focused, sportsmanship-based organization. And, you don't always find that in a lot of organizations. We are very, very committed and centered to making sure these kids are having the best experience. To get some participation, actually, there's always an interesting question. And, if you guys want to type it in the chat, what percent of kids do you guys think will drop out of youth sports by the age of 14? If anybody wants to take a shot. Douglas with 80, 75. Awesome. So the number is actually 70% of kids will leave youth sports by the age of 14, simply just because they're not having fun with the game anymore. Obviously, that breaks our heart up here at the office. It's for those of us who've had the opportunity to play sports. It's sad to hear. It's sad, and it's something that we want to combat. So when we come out on the fields, when we're making our programs, when we're coming with our practice plans, we really are coming with the idea of how do we make the most fun experience for these kids, so that maybe sports isn't for them long term, but at least during the experience that they're fun. Buy prices right. I like that. Yes, Douglas. Given that opportunity, to the kids to truly just have fun with the program and enjoy sports, right? We want to have a very low pressure on them to feel like they need to be the absolute best, the LeBron James of basketball or the Messi of soccer or whoever it is. We just want them to go out there and have fun and be themselves. Another thing that we do that makes us different is our inclusivity with every kid, right? We don't do any sort of tryouts. We don't do any sort of skill based organization of the teams, right? Other than just a basic, whether they're beginner, intermediate, advanced, every child will play at least 50% of the game. We try to make that very easy for you guys to do by providing you guys with various substitution sheets. Our staff is constantly making the substitution calls, but we want every kid to participate and every kid to have a substantial amount of playing time and opportunity to once again kind of go back to that fun side of the game, right? They get to learn, they get to have fun, they get to be involved. And that really is what drives our programs. And then additionally, we're focused on the safety of our kids, right? Every single I-9 sports staff has underwent the background checks, just like many of you guys have, through that process with Sterling Volunteers, right? So anybody out there in a red shirt and a blue shirt, they've gone through that background check. Anybody working with the kids have been checked by myself, our staff. We've all gone through the process. So safety is huge for us. It also makes us different is our convenience within our program. So very few other organizations will do practice and games on the same day. Typically, they have those practices during the week. Adding on, it's just additional travel time, things like that. So we want to make sure that, we keep it convenient for not only you guys, but also for our families, for the kids, by having that practice directly before the game and just keeping it a very easy, simple structure. And then, of course, the organization of our programs are, again, another pinnacle thing that we're very focused on and something that we really take a lot of pride up here in the office. We're very, very detail focused. Whether it's from week 1 to week 8, we want to give you the step-by-step to make your lives as easy as possible, to make our staff's lives as easy as possible, and just create the best program. That's why we provide those week-to-week programs. We provide, constant, availability to hop on phone calls, hop on text messages, emails, to just keep everything as organized as possible. Because when things are organized, when things are going smooth, everything goes well. And again, gives right back to the kids. And then kind of like I had mentioned earlier with the sportsmanship, right? I-9 actually, as a brand, our national brand is sportsmanship. We'll kind of touch on it a little bit later, but we do give out our sportsmanship medals with various values and things throughout the program that we try to promote for the kids, which really sets us apart, right? Again, a lot of these youth sports organizations, they say they're focused on sportsmanship, but they have lacking components of their program, and which is something that we definitely are very bought into is those sportsmanship focuses. And then lastly, the equipment. We provide all the equipment. You guys don't have to bring any equipment. You don't have to purchase anything. We carry all that, all the balls, any sort of, if you guys need cones, drills, anything like that, we have available for you guys at the venue. If you guys have something that you might need or want, please feel free to shoot me an email. If I have it here at the office or in our storage, I'd be happy to, get it out to any sort of field or venue for you guys. So awesome.
Yeah, Reese, let me jump in real quick. One thing just for you all coaches, with the equipment side, yes, we do provide everything to make practice run smoothly, especially as it pertains to the practice plans that we also curate and provide for you all. So you should have enough equipment to access or to execute those practice plans. If you're ever at a venue and you need more flat cones or if you need stuff, talk to our staff. We do for your outdoor venues, we have a site manager on site. It's not just the regular staff doing the instructor/officials. So they'll work together to make sure you get the equipment that you need, flat cones and whatnot. What we do is we typically, for most sports like soccer, we try to provide a ball for every kid. But some of the teams, we have 11 kids out there. We don't have 11 soccer balls in the bag. So sometimes it's one ball for every 2 kids. Volleyball, we oftentimes do one ball for every 2 kids. So when you're out there, just know that that's kind of how we set things up with that. We're encouraging all of our athletes to bring their own equipment as well. And by that, I mean just a ball, right? For soccer, bring your own ball, write your name on it. And the reason for that is so kids can get used to working with their own ball, right? It is once a week. It is convenient, but some of the drills that we do are very easy for them to do at home. So if they have that practice ball and they already have that equipment ready to go for at home, it's very easy for them to continue to work on the skills and drills that they're learning on Saturday or Sunday throughout the week before the second week or third week or fourth week. So just wanted to mention that. Any volleyball coaches that are on the call, typically it'll be one ball for every 2 kids. It's usually a bag of about 6 or 7 volleyballs per team. So if you're not getting that, just let us know. Touch base with the staff for whatever reason. I'm not sure why that would be the case. Like I said, we have standards, but if it's not happening, we want to make sure that we know about it. And so our staff should be letting us know. You guys feel free to reach out to the league office, and we'll make sure we rectify those things for future practices. So awesome.
Oh, I forgot to unmute myself. Perfect. So what makes a great coach, right? And a lot of people, when they first get to coaching, I wasn't able to see this, the survey we did. But what makes a great coach? I'm a strong believer that there's no one right way to coach. There's no one right way to teach a child, right? Everybody's individualized. Every kid has a different perspective, right? Everybody brings their own personality. But in my experience with coaching, you know, the simplest thing to be a great coach is just to bring enthusiasm. Being silly, being goofy, even if maybe you're not the well-versed in a sport, if you're just out there trying to be as supportive as you can for a child, just being excited with the program makes all the difference in the world, right? The one thing that we can never run out of is high fives and smiles. You can be silly, you can be goofy. Even if I'm out there, you might hear me tell the kids my name is Mr. Peanut Butter, Coach Peanut Butter. I like to kind of lead into that. So if you have something silly, something goofy like that, again, it just kind of adds to that fun side of things. But being enthusiasm, whether it's everything, whether it's constantly yelling, whether it's constant encouragement, that makes all the difference in the world. And it really does promote kind of just a great environment for the kids. And it helps them kind of relate to that positive side of sports. Another thing that makes a great coach, again, is follow those practice plans. You know, if you're very well versed in your sport, you know, you've played a sport for 10, 20 years, and you have your own style, you have your own plans, you are more than welcome to use those drills and involve your team in that sense. For those of us who maybe are newer to a sport, maybe it's their first time coaching, a little bit more nervous, you know, please feel free to use those practice plans, use those developmental drills. Our staff is also out there. They've all been trained and certified in their various sports. You can always pick their brain for anything you guys might need. If you're, you know, maybe if you're a solo coach and you need an extra set of hands, please grab a staff member. They really should be coming up to you guys and introducing themselves. But in the event that, you know, maybe they're not, please just feel free to grab them and use them in that sense.
Hey, Reese, can I jump in real quick? Yeah. Hey, coaches, I just want to jump on the practice plan piece and actually even piggyback off what Reese was just saying there. Yeah, you all will see when you're at your venue, whether you're doing soccer, outdoors, flag football, volleyball, basketball, whatever it might be. We staff our staff in the form of how the game format goes. So typically, for example, Amy, I see you on the call as one of the boxes on here. So I'm going to use you as an example. So say Coach Amy's out there. She's coaching the Pee Wee soccer group, right? She is going to be on field 1A or 1B or 1C, right? And one of our staff is assigned to field BC or AD. So when Amy, you're out there, you'll see Coach Lily or Coach Kendrick, who is our staff member in his blue shirt or her blue shirt. They will be on that field with those two teams. So if you need help, and as Reese said, they should be introducing themselves anyway. But if you need help for that practice, they are there to jump in and dial in. And again, Coach Amy, you might be out that week, right? And you let us know ahead of time. We might have already told Coach Lily, hey, you have to jump in with Coach Amy's team and just take over this whole practice, this whole week. or this weekend just for that team. And so they would already be out there welcoming the kids in when they get there. So the staff is definitely there to help out every step of the way, and let us know if you're not going to be there, because obviously Reese is taking note of that and coordinating with our staff and highlighting teams that need additional help from our staff throughout the day. But one thing I wanted to jump in and see if I could share the screen real quick just to show them where the practice plans are. I think that would be a really pivotal piece at this point in this juncture.
Do I just stop presenting?
Let me, it actually will let me do this. So can everybody see my screen? Reese, can you see it? I got a thumbs up from Amy, and you can see. Awesome. So everybody, as you all know, probably from registering, probably from doing the background checks, all that stuff, this is our I9 Sports website, right? As you guys can see, there's a cool tab up here. This is an awesome spot for anybody on this call that is coaches. Really bad drawing right there, but the coaches tab up here, you'll click on that at i9sports.com. Even if you aren't fully through the system yet, you can go on and review the week 1 practice plans. Typically, it will allow you to do that. You'll click down here in the drop down and you'll hit coaching resources. Again, we'll be sending out resources again this week, but you'll click the coaches resources and then you'll scroll down on that page, right? And this will kind of give you the rundown of like, here's what the resources are. Here's our awesome mobile coach app. If you are a coach, I highly recommend downloading this. It gives you the practice plans right on your phone, but you can still access them on the computer. So I'm going to go down here and I'm just going to click on soccer, for example. So I can still click on soccer. I'm not logged in yet. Soccer coaching resources, and I can go down here and I can access the practice plans right here. You all see that? Once I click into there, it's going to open up the mobile coach app, and for some reason it's asking me to log in when it normally does not. When you do log in, which you will have access once we get you cleared, I will check on that, because if that doesn't work, then we'll send anybody who's not assigned and can't access that, we'll send you a separate thing. But this is what you would have seen. Sharing this tab. You guys see this? So it would have jumped into soccer. I would have selected Super Pee Wee game 1 for the practice plans. And it's going to give you a welcome to opening day, right? And what the goal of the day is. And then it's going to give you the breakdown of what we're trying to do. A quick warm up, show the kids the field, a water break, sportsmanship value, a fundamental drill, and a skill drill for that practice. Super Pee Wee practice is 30 minutes long generally. Obviously, we're not going right from 9 to 9:30. Sometimes there's water breaks. We sometimes end a minute or two early so we can get the kids ready to start the game at 9:30. But this runs you down exactly what to do, and you can actually click and have some interactive resources on how to do the field trip, what you should be showing them, the goal, the sideline, the end line, midfield, all that good stuff. And then you can click back into the practice plan to see what the first drill is, right? Dribbling in space. A lot of these practice plans have videos that show you an example of how to run this drill. So you mentally can prepare yourself before you show up on that weekend, what 2 to 3 drills you're running during practice, and then a diagram of how to set up the cones and how many balls you need on the field at a time, right? This is a great drill for a team of 10 kids. We have 5 cones. They're dribbling down and back, right? And then you can get creative with it as well by having them dribble down with their right foot, dribble back with their left foot, maybe make it a relay race, right? We can get creative with what we're doing, and these practice plans and these resources really offer that awesome opportunity. Let me see if I can stop sharing this. Perfect. And so, yeah, so that's an awesome opportunity for us to be able to share those resources with you. If you all have any questions, use that hotline that we just shared in there, the coach's resource line. Reese gets that. It goes directly to my phone. We try to answer it as much as possible, but text us as well if you're having problems accessing practice plans. We want to get you that information for opening day. So feel free to reach out to us and let us know. But yeah, I just want to take a minute to share the practice plans. I thought that'd be really helpful.
Yeah, so and like Lewis said, please reach out to us. I want to be as best of a resource for you guys. You guys are the volunteers. You guys are taking the time out of your weekends to be involved, and we want to make this the best experience, not only for the kids but also for you guys to look back and be proud of the opportunity to be a coach. And I believe that there's no better feeling than being a coach and helping a kid get from maybe never playing a sport before to falling in love with it. So I really encourage to please utilize me as a resource. Blow up that phone, text me 1,000 times. If you have 1,000 questions, I'll answer every single time as quickly as we can. So kind of moving back to our slides here, what makes a great coach again? Like Lewis said, bringing that enthusiasm, utilizing those practice plans, and then just staying calm and keeping kind of perspective on the game, right? A lot of times, sometimes we get a little caught up in the game. We just want to make sure that we're remaining calm in it. We're being encouraging. We're giving the kids the best opportunity, because at the end of the day, it's always about the kids. And then, of course, we want to make sure everybody's getting those equal playing times. We'll provide you guys, like I said, with sub sheets. You can pick them up at the I9 Sports table. They're super simple. You just have to plug the kids' names in, maybe put the number. If you don't know the kids, if you're still learning the names, you can plug their numbers in, and it will tell you, whether who to play at which quarter, which period. All you got to do is write the names in. So we try to make that easy for you guys to utilize everybody's at least that 50% of the game. And then, of course, out there, you guys should have fun too. The kids are reflective of what they see, and if you guys are out there smiling, you're laughing, you're having fun, the kids are going to have fun, right? They're very receptive of things. It's almost like a mirror at times. So I really encourage you guys, if you have a team, if you have a style, utilize that personality and really have fun with it. It really is a blast to be out there, and the environment with all the fields, all the players, really creates like it's almost like a festival at times. So we're really looking forward to that fun perspective of it. And so kind of leaning into the coaching responsibilities. I know we had a question on the sportsmanship medal. I did see that. We will go over that shortly, Caesar. That was a great question, but I'll get that, I think, in the next slide, actually. Excuse me. So our coaching responsibilities, the first one's just adhering to the I9 sports experience. And what that means is, again, coming in, wearing your red shirt, checking at the table and just following those enthusiastic procedures, the practice plans, and helping us stay structured with that. Like I said, our staff is there to kind of guide and assist and step in. And we just need your guys' help with that on-field perspective of things. Another big thing that we like to do in week one is set a little bit of time aside, typically at the venues, is introducing yourselves to your team, right? I really, really encourage everybody, please get to know your team, get to know the kids. We really want to build each team almost like a community. I have some teams that return year in, year in, season after season, and they fall in love with it, right? Their coaches have had the opportunity to create that community within them. And it's something that we really would love to continue to see and grow and foster within our programs, is those teams coming together, the kids making friends. 30 years from now, ideally, maybe they're still best friends. We really want to continue to grow and foster that community perspective of it. And then again, like I said, wearing that coach's shirt, that red shirt, it just identifies you as a coach. It really helps out with the parents when people have questions in regards to their teams. Our staff will be wearing blue shirts. They look just like this one. It's got staff written on the back of it. And you guys will have the red ones. Those have coach on the back, just like this gentleman in the picture here. If you guys ever need different sizes, say maybe your size got messed up or anything like that, we always have extra. Please just ask a staff member. But those will be given out to anybody who has completed through the coaching process. And what I mean by that is anybody who's gone through the background check, the volunteer, and has been assigned to a team. So that's the only time we're allowed to give those out. And then just arriving on time. I understand schedules are difficult, things like that. We're not asking anybody to come early or anybody come late. If you guys get there right when the session begins, maybe a minute before, and you are welcome to go the second it's over. We just need a little bit of help with that, just so we make sure everybody's on time so we can run the most effective program. Each time you come to a venue, there's going to be, if you're in an outdoor venue, there's going to be a large red canopy. It's going to say I9 Sports. Underneath is going to be an I9 Sports table. At any indoor venue, it's just going to be the table. That's our site table. It's kind of our storefront, right? So you can come in. There's going to be a coach check-in sheet. All you have to do is just find your name on that sheet and just check yourself off, right? It just helps us know where the teams are, where their coaches are. It helps our staff kind of coordinate where we need to put ourselves in the event that maybe a coach had something come up and they weren't able to communicate with us. It just helps utilize it helps us just kind of stay organized while on the fly at the venue. Things constantly are happening. It is sports. Sometimes things get chaotic. So if we have that sheet to refer to, it helps us plan for the best program possible. On there, they'll also say what the sports value is, as well as we'll email you guys all those information each week. So it's a good little resource. It'll tell you when your practice time starts, when your game starts, which field you're on. Again, the sportsmanship value. And then if you have any assistant coaches, also has their names on there as well. And then, in the event of something coming up at the program, we just ask you guys, please stay calm, right? Our staff will always kind of direct and coordinate anything that's going on, whether maybe you need to move fields. I've had the event in which a couple times, actually, for anybody who played at Vienna Elementary School last year, where fire alarms are being pulled and all sorts of things. So during that time, we just ask you guys to stay calm. Our staff is going to be there. They're going to coordinate everything. And if you guys have any questions during any of this, I give you any questions about, where you're supposed to be, what week you're on, please lean on our staff heavily. you guys are not alone by any means. We're not just throwing you guys out to the wolves and being like, go have fun. Like our staff truly is there to assist you guys and make this the best experience possible for everybody. So perfect. Lewis, you have anything to add or?
No. I think, it's we try to make this as simple and easy as possible, especially with responsibilities, guys. It's, we're really, every resource here is at your fingertips, and we want to guide you all through this experience. And yeah, you're doing a great job, Reese. Thank you.
Perfect. So what to expect on opening day? Week 1 is usually the most busy week, right? So this is when we're going to be giving out those jerseys. Everybody's going to be kind of figuring out, where they're supposed to be for the first time. They're going to start to get to know each other. So what you guys can expect is my recommendation is I would say arrive just a little early. And you're going to check in at the I-9 sports table on that coach's sheet I was talking about earlier. Like I said, you just have to put your name you just have to put a check mark next to your name. And there you can refer to where you're supposed to be, what the times are, your team name, what color jerseys you guys are wearing. This is also all located on your coach's portal and on your players' portals. But when you go to the table, there's going to be a jersey bag. In that jersey bag, there's going to be a roster, the sizes. Sometimes our staff, depending upon if it's they should, but sometimes things get crazy. They actually will put the jersey bags on your field for you. We ask you guys, once you check in, grab your sportsmanship medal. If you're a super Pee-wee division coach, you're going to grab some stickers. You're going to go to your field and you're going to wait for your kids as they come in, right? You're going to give them their jersey, introduce yourself, and get the opportunity to get to know them. Again, trying to build that team community, get the kids to know each other. We really want the kids, again, to know each other by name and build that community for years to come and have a great season that way. So once you get that jersey bag out there, they're distributed. You're going to head to those field and courts where the athletes are going to go right into practice, right? Our staff typically might lead like a 3-4 minute warm-up, especially in week 1. They'll kind of lead that the kick it off. They typically lead week 1. Finding anybody in that blue shirt, we'll kick it off with announcements. We'll talk about the sportsmanship values, the procedures, and kind of get you guys going on the first drill. The week 1, it's important to note, we will be recording scores for the staff, but they will not be recorded for the standings. This is just week 1 where we're giving the kids the opportunity to kind of learn the game. We're going over what fouls are in basketball, what you can and can't do in soccer, what the flag poles look like in flag football. So we'll really be going more of an informative day for the kids. And then once the game ends, we'll have you guys go together, give out the sportsmanship medals, and kind of go from there. The week 1 sportsmanship value, you guys get to see the little insight here, is enthusiasm. Our staff likes to scream. I'll probably be out there at a couple venues going real crazy. I encourage you guys to also lean into those sportsmanship values, right? If it's enthusiasm, be very enthusiastic, show them what it is, talk about it. Our staff is going to talk about it, and we're going to definitely live it out there. So awesome. So kind of leaning into those sportsmanship values, right? So like I kind of mentioned and alluded at earlier, each week we have a different sportsmanship value. Week 1, obviously being enthusiasm. This is one of those things that sets us apart that we talk about kind of with our brand, is our focus on these values. Each week, like I said, different values. So you're going to come in, you're going to receive an email from us. It's going to be on the coach's sheet. You can always ask one of our staff members, for what the word of the day is, and we'll provide the definition, anything you guys need to understand the value. Every single kid will win a sportsmanship value medal throughout the season. We don't tell them this because we truly want them to learn the word and act out in that word. So every single child will earn a medal by the end of the season. In the event that maybe you have 8 or 9 kids on a roster, obviously it's a 6-week season. Please feel free to give out multiple if need be. We just want to make sure every kid gets that medal and they truly understand those values. When you give out the medals, a big thing that we also ask you guys to do is please take them out of the plastic, right? This is a big deal for the kids, for the other parents involved. We want the kids to very much so take this as a true award, right? We want to take it out of the plastic, put it on their necks, and really you can celebrate it, right? Bring them in, go over the word, have the kids, give their best definitions of what the words are. You'll find it's very entertaining at times, especially with the younger ones when they're still learning what some of these values are. Some of the examples, some of the definitions, I promise will make you laugh. So it is definitely worth really giving them the opportunity to answer and get into it. And I really highly encourage you guys to make a really enthusiastic deal with these medals. whether it's the celebration of them, putting it on their necks, giving them, that extra boost. So hopefully, when they go home that day, they truly do learn what these values are. And when they could look back on sports, when they look back on I-9, when they look back just in general, maybe sports isn't for them long-term, but they at least have these values that they can carry forward into their future adult lives or professional lives as they get into school and things. We want to go a little beyond the sports and give them those opportunities.
Awesome, Reese. Let me jump in here real quick. Everybody, as I mentioned and alluded to at the beginning, and Reese has kind of given you kind of the overview throughout this entire call. We're very much, and you signed up, you paid for your child to be here. A little bit about what we're about here. We're a very fun-focused program. We do keep score, but we're fun-focused. We're all about inclusivity, everybody getting to play at least 50% of the game. And the sportsmanship. It's such a paramount aspect of our program, and you all are helping to drive that at the venues, especially at our outdoor venues. If you're a coach at our outdoor venue, it's going to look a lot different than our indoor venues. There are triple, quadruple the number of teams that are indoor venues typically. So there's a lot of excitement happening at the venues, kids getting the medals, kids scoring goals or getting assists and whatnot and scoring touchdowns, and it's a blast, right? But you all drive that with the kids. And I just want to really encourage you all to really lean into that. At the end of the season, when we have our culmination of what the 6 weeks look like, we always drive back to the sportsmanship values. It's a part of our quote, we call it our trophy talk, even though trophies really aren't that paramount in our league. We do have them for our division winners from 7 and on up, and all of our flag football divisions, but we call it our trophy talk just because of the meaning behind it, right? And we will drive back into what the sportsmanship values are throughout the season, asking the kids to help us remember what week 1 through week 6 values are and how they're taking and implementing them at home and in the classroom and whatnot. So, we're all about helping kids succeed in life through sports, right? That's our mission. That's our vision. And that's what we're trying to do. And this is a paramount part of that. So please, I want to encourage you all, please don't hand out the medals because Johnny scored 3 goals. Love that Johnny scored 3 goals. I'm an athlete at heart, so I love when kids succeed. But it is for that value that day. So whether it is respect or leadership or enthusiasm, try to find a way to draw it back into that before handing out the stickers and the medals. So Reese, just wanted to touch on that before we kind of kick off the where to send the questions and a little bit of the Q&A.
Yep, absolutely. So that's kind of wrap up the overview here. I wanted to leave some time here at the end. If you guys had any questions, please start putting them in the chat. We'd be happy to answer them. If you guys have any questions throughout the seasons, maybe after this Q&A, something if you want to talk, maybe even more private question in regards to maybe a registration or something, please use these means here. The League Office 307, that's going to be for our Fairfax venues, for our Fairfax registrations. League Office 165 is going to be for our Loudoun venues. So please utilize those emails. I'm on those emails. Brandon, our other ops manager, is going to be on those emails. And then I think Luce had already put it in. I put it in there again. It's going to be our coaching call line. It's 703-544-7881. I'll go ahead and throw this in the chat again.